Life has a way of testing us, doesn't it? It throws curveballs when we least expect them, knocks us down when we think we are standing tall, and sometimes it feels like it's trying to break us. But let me tell you something, my friends. You are not breakable. You are bendable. You are flexible. And most importantly, you are resilient. Now, I know what you're thinking. Easy for you to say. You don't know what I'm going through, and you are right, I don't. But what I do know is this: every single person in this room, every single person listening to these words has faced adversity. We've all had moments where we felt broken, where we've wondered if we could go on, where we've questioned our worth and our ability to overcome. But here's the beautiful thing about feeling broken. It means you are human. It means you are alive, you are experiencing, you are growing. And most importantly, it means you have the opportunity to put yourself back together, stronger than ever before. You see, when a bone breaks, it doesn't just heal back to its original state. It grows back stronger at the point of fracture, and that's exactly what happens to us when we feel broken. We have the chance to rebuild ourselves, to reinforce our weak points, to come back even more resilient than before. Now, I'm not here to tell you that it's easy. It's not. It's hard work. It's painful. It's frustrating. But it's also the most rewarding work you will ever do in your life, because when you rebuild yourself, you are not just fixing what was broken. You are creating a new version of yourself, a version that's stronger, wiser, and more capable than ever before. Let me share a story with you. There was a young woman I knew. Let's call her Sarah. Sarah had dreams of becoming a successful entrepreneur. She had a brilliant idea for a business, and she poured her heart and soul into it. She worked day and night, sacrificing her social life, her sleep, even her health. And for a while, it seemed like it was all going to pay off. But then, disaster struck. The economy took a downturn, and Sarah's business, which was just starting to take off, came crashing down. She lost everything: her savings, her investors, her confidence. She felt broken, defeated, like a failure. For months, Sarah could not even bring herself to think about business. She felt like she had let everyone down: her family, her friends, herself. But slowly, ever so slowly, she started to pick up the pieces. She started to analyze what went wrong, what she could have done differently. She began to see her failure not as an end, but as a lesson. And you know what? 2 years later, Sarah started another business. This time, armed with the knowledge from her previous experience, she was more cautious, more strategic. She had learned the importance of resilience, of adapting to change, of having contingency plans. And this time, her business didn't just survive, it thrived. Now, Sarah often says that if she had not felt broken, if she had not experienced that failure, she would never have become the successful entrepreneur she is today. Her moment of brokenness became the foundation of her greatest strength. And that's what I want you to understand today. Your moments of feeling broken are not the end of your story. They are the beginning of a new chapter. They are the cocoon from which you will emerge transformed and ready to fly. But how do we do this? How do we take these moments of feeling broken and turn them into opportunities for growth? Well, my friends, I've got a few ideas for you. First, embrace the feeling. Don't run from it. Don't try to numb it. Don't pretend it's not there. Feel it fully. Acknowledge it. Because only by facing our pain can we begin to move through it. It's like cleaning out a wound. It stings, it hurts, but it's necessary for healing. Second, practice self-compassion. We are often our own harshest critics, aren't we? We beat ourselves up for feeling broken, for not being strong enough, for not bouncing back quickly enough. But imagine if your best friend came to you feeling broken. Would you berate them? Of course not. You would offer them comfort, understanding, and encouragement, so why not do the same for yourself? Third, seek support. We are not meant to go through life alone, especially not during our toughest moments. Reach out to friends, family, mentors, or professionals. Share your struggles. Let others hold space for you. You would be surprised how many people are willing to lend a hand, or an ear if you just ask. Fourth, find meaning in your struggle. Viktor Frankl, a psychiatrist who survived the Nazi concentration camps, once said, "Those who have ought to live can bear with almost any trial." When you are feeling broken, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can this experience make me stronger, wiser, more compassionate? How can I use this to help others in the future? Fifth, take small steps. When we are feeling broken, the idea of putting ourselves back together can seem overwhelming. So don't try to do it all at once. Start small. Maybe today, all you can do is get out of bed and take a shower. That's okay. That's progress. Tomorrow, maybe you can go for a short walk. The day after, maybe you can reach out to a friend. Small steps, consistently taken, lead to big changes. 6, cultivate resilience. Resilience is not something we are born with. It's a skill we can develop by challenging ourselves, by stepping out of our comfort zones, by facing our fears. Each time we do something difficult, we prove to ourselves that we are capable of more than we thought. We build our resilience muscle. 7th, practice gratitude. I know. When you are feeling broken, the last thing you want to do is count your blessings. But hear me out. Gratitude doesn't mean ignoring your pain or pretending everything is fine. It means acknowledging the good that still exists in your life, no matter how small. Maybe it's a warm cup of coffee in the morning, or a kind word from a stranger, or the feeling of the sun on your face. These small moments of joy can be lifelines when we are feeling broken. 8th, reframe your narrative. The stories we tell ourselves are powerful. If we constantly tell ourselves that we are broken, that we are failures, that we'll never recover, guess what? We'll believe it. But what if we change the narrative? What if instead of saying I'm broken, we said I'm healing? Instead of I have failed, we said I have learned. Instead of I will never recover, we said I'm getting stronger every day. The words we use shape our reality. Choose them wisely. 9th, set new goals. When we are feeling broken, it's often because our old goals, our old vision of ourselves has been shattered. So it's time to create new goals, a new vision. What do you want your life to look like now? Who you want to become? What dreams do you want to pursue? Setting new goals gives us direction, purpose, something to strive for. And finally, 10th, remember that this too shall pass. I know it doesn't feel like it right now. I know the pain feels permanent. The brokenness feels irreparable. But my friends, nothing in this life is permanent. Not joy, not sorrow, not success, not failure. Everything is temporary, this moment of feeling broken. It's just that a moment. It will pass. And when it does, you will be stronger for having gone through it. Now let's talk about something that's become increasingly important in our world today. Digital overwhelm. We live in an age of constant connectivity, of information overload, of comparison on social media. And let me tell you, this can be a recipe for feeling broken. We scroll through our feeds, seeing carefully curated highlights of other people's lives, and we think, why is not my life like that? Why am I struggling while everyone else seems to have it all together? But here's the truth. Social media is not reality. It's a highlight reel. Nobody posts about their moments of feeling broken, their struggles, their failures. We are comparing our behind the scenes to everyone else's polished performance. So what I want you to do, take a digital detox. Step away from social media for a while. Turn off the notifications. Put down the phone. Reconnect with the real world, with real people, with yourself. You might be surprised at how much clearer your mind becomes, how much lighter you feel when you are not constantly bombarded with information and comparisons. And while we're talking about the digital age, let's discuss something else. The pace of change. The world is moving faster than ever before. Industries are being disrupted, jobs are becoming obsolete, new technologies are emerging every day. It's enough to make anyone feel broken? Left behind, out of touch. Change is not your enemy. Change is your opportunity. Every disruption creates new possibilities. Every obsolete job makes way for new careers. Every new technology opens up new avenues for growth and learning. So instead of resisting change, embrace it. Be curious about it. Ask yourself, how can I adapt? What new skills can I learn? How can I use these changes to my advantage? Remember, it's not the strongest or the most intelligent who survive, but those most adaptable to change. Failure? Oh, how we fear failure, don't we? We see it as the ultimate form of brokenness. But my friends, failure is not the opposite of success. Failure is a part of success. It's a stepping stone, a learning opportunity, a chance to grow. Think about it. Every great invention, every successful business, every remarkable achievement in history came after countless failures. Thomas Edison famously said, "I have not failed. I have just found 10,000 ways that won't work." J.K. Rowling's Harry Potter was rejected by 12 publishers before it was accepted. Steve Jobs was fired from the company he founded before coming back to make it one of the most valuable companies in the world. These people didn't succeed in spite of their failures. They succeeded because of their failures. Each failure taught them something, made them stronger, brought them one step closer to their goals. So the next time you fail, the next time you feel broken because things didn't work out the way you planned, remember, you haven't failed. You have just found a way that doesn't work. Now you are one step closer to finding the way that does. Let's talk about relationships for a moment, because often it's our relationships or the breakdown of them that make us feel most broken. A betrayal by a friend, a breakup with a partner, a falling out with a family member. These can shake us to our core, make us question everything we thought we knew about ourselves and others. But here's what I want you to remember. Your worth is not determined by how others treat you. Your value does not decrease based on someone's inability to see it. You are whole and complete on your own. That doesn't mean relationships are not important. They are. We are social creatures. We need connection. But healthy relationships should add to your life, not complete it. They should support you, not define you. So if you are feeling broken because of a relationship, take this time to focus on the most important relationship in your life, the one with yourself. Nurture it, strengthen it, learn to love and accept yourself, flaws and all. Because when you have a strong relationship with yourself, you become unbreakable. Something that often makes us feel broken. Comparison. We are constantly comparing ourselves to others, aren't we? Their success, their looks, their relationships, their possessions. And in this age of social media, it's easier than ever to fall into this trap. Comparison is the thief of joy. It's a game you can never win, because there will always be someone who seems to be doing better than you in some area of life. So instead of comparing yourself to others, compare yourself to who you were yesterday. Are you learning? Are you growing? Are you becoming a better version of yourself? That's the only comparison that matters. Remember, everyone is on their own journey. Everyone has their own struggles, their own moments of feeling broken. The person you are envying, they might be envying you right back. So focus on your own path, your own growth, your own journey. Let's talk about fear for a moment. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of the unknown. These fears can paralyze us, make us feel broken before we even begin. But here's something I want you to understand. Fear is not your enemy. Fear is a signpost. It points to the things that are important to you, the things that matter. If you are afraid of failing at something, it means that thing is important to you. If you are afraid of rejection, it means connection matters to you. If you are afraid of the unknown, it means you value security and stability. So instead of letting fear break you, let it guide you. Let it show you what's truly important in your life. And then, my friends, do it afraid, feel the fear, and do it anyway. Because on the other side of fear is growth, is achievement, is the life you have always dreamed of. Now, let's discuss something that often makes us feel broken. The gap between where we are and where we want to be, We have these grand visions for our lives, these big dreams and ambitious goals. And when we look at where we are now, it can feel overwhelming. The gap seems too big, too impossible to bridge. But here's what I want you to remember. That gap is not a sign of your failure. It's not proof that you are broken or incapable. That gap is your opportunity for growth. It's the space where your life happens. So instead of being discouraged by the gap, be excited by it. Every step you take to bridge that gap is a step towards becoming the person you want to be. Embrace the journey. Enjoy the process. Because the truth is, once you reach your destination, you will set a new goal, create a new gap. That's how we grow, how we evolve, how we become the best versions of ourselves. Setbacks, we all face them, don't we? We are moving forward, making progress, and then bam, something knocks us off course. It could be a health issue, a financial problem, a personal loss. And in that moment, we feel broken, defeated, like all our hard work has been for nothing. But my friends, setbacks are not the end. They are not even a step backward. They are a setup for a comeback. They are an opportunity to reassess, to recalibrate, to come back stronger and smarter than before. When an archer pulls back the bowstring, it might look like they are moving away from the target. But that pulling back is what gives the arrow the power to fly forward. Your setbacks are just the universe pulling you back, preparing you to shoot forward with even more power and precision. To feel broken. The opinions of others. We live in a world where everyone has an opinion, and thanks to social media, everyone has a platform to share it. And sometimes those opinions can be harsh, critical, even cruel. What I want you to remember, other people's opinions of you are none of your business. They don't define you. They don't determine your worth. They are simply a reflection of the person giving them, not the person receiving them. Your job is not to make everyone like you. Your job is to like yourself, to be true to yourself, to live according to your values and beliefs. Because at the end of the day, you are the one who has to live with yourself. Make sure you are someone you are proud to be. Many of us feel broken when we lack a sense of purpose, when we don't know why we are here or what we are meant to do with our lives. We see others who seem to have it all figured out, and we wonder, what's wrong with me? Why can't I find my purpose? Purpose is not something you find. It's something you create. It's not a destination you reach, but a journey you embark on. Your purpose is whatever you decide it to be. Maybe your purpose is to create beautiful art that moves people. Maybe it's to build a business that solves a problem in the world. Maybe it's to raise kind, compassionate children. Maybe it's simply to be the best friend, partner, or colleague you can be. Whatever it is, choose it, commit to it, and then watch as your life fills with meaning and direction. It's something that often makes us feel broken. The need for perfection. We live in a world that often celebrates perfection, that shows us airbrushed images and carefully curated lives. And we think that's what we need to be, perfect. But my friends, perfection is a myth. It's an illusion. It's a moving target that you can never hit. And the pursuit of it will leave you feeling broken every single time. Instead of striving for perfection, strive for progress. Celebrate your improvements no matter how small. Embrace your imperfections. They are what make you unique, what make you human. Remember, a diamond is formed under pressure. It's the imperfections, the inclusions, that make each diamond unique and valuable. You, my friends, are diamonds in the rough. Your imperfections, your struggles, your moments of feeling broken, these are what make you beautiful, what make you real. Time for a moment. We often feel broken when we think we are running out of time, when we feel like we are behind in life, when we compare our timelines to others. Life is not a race. There's no set schedule you have to follow. Some people find success in their 20s, others in their 50s. Some people find love early, others later in life. Some people figure out their passion right away. Others take years of exploration. Your timeline is your own. Don't rush it. Don't compare it. Trust it. Everything you're going through, Everything you are experiencing is preparing you for where you're meant to be. Trust the timing of your life. Resilience. Resilience is not about never falling down. It's about how quickly you get back up. It's about bouncing back, not just bouncing along. When you feel broken when life knocks you down, resilience is what helps you stand up again. But here's the secret about resilience. It's not something you are born with. It's something you build. Every time you face a challenge and overcome it, you are building resilience. Every time you feel broken and put yourself back together, you are becoming more resilient. So don't shy away from challenges. Don't run from difficulties. Face them head on, because each one is an opportunity to build your resilience muscle, to become stronger, to become unbreakable. Let's talk about change for a moment. Often we feel broken when we are going through significant changes in our lives. A career shift, a move to a new city, the end of a relationship. These changes can shake us to our core, make us feel lost and broken. That's what I want you to remember. Change is not the end. It's a new beginning. It's not a closed door, but an open window. It's not the death of what was, but the birth of what could be. When you're going through a big change and feeling broken, remind yourself, this is not happening to you. It's happening for you. This change is making space in your life for something new, something better, something that aligns more closely with who you are becoming. Self-talk. The way we talk to ourselves has an enormous impact on how we feel and how we perceive our circumstances. When we are feeling broken, our self-talk often becomes negative. We berate ourselves, we put ourselves down, we tell ourselves we are not good enough. But imagine if you had a friend who spoke to you the way you speak to yourself when you are feeling broken. Would you keep that friend around? Of course not. So why do we allow ourselves to be so cruel to ourselves? Time to change that inner dialogue. When you are feeling broken, speak to yourself with kindness, with compassion, with encouragement. Tell yourself, this is tough, but I'm tougher. Say, I'm struggling right now, but I'm also growing. Remind yourself, I've overcome challenges before, and I will overcome this one too. Your self-talk creates your reality. Choose words that heal, not hurt. Choose thoughts that build you up, not break you down. Expectations for a moment. Often we feel broken when reality doesn't meet our expectations. We expect our lives to follow a certain path, our relationships to look a certain way, our careers to progress at a certain pace. And when things don't go according to plan, we feel broken, disappointed, like we failed. Expectations are premeditated resentments. They set us up for disappointment. Instead of clinging to rigid expectations, cultivate flexibility. Be open to different outcomes. Embrace the unexpected, because often life's greatest gifts come in unexpected packages. This doesn't mean you shouldn't have goals or aspirations, but hold them lightly. Be willing to adjust your course as you go. Remember, the path to your dreams rarely looks like what you imagined. It's often messier, more challenging, but also more rewarding than you ever expected. The power perspective. When we are feeling broken, our perspective often narrows. We focus on what's wrong, what's missing, what's not working. And in doing so, we miss out on all the good that still exists in our lives. But what if we zoomed out? What if we looked at our lives from a broader perspective? Yes, you might be struggling in one area, but how are other areas of your life? Yes, you might be facing a challenge right now, but how does this moment fit into the broader story of your life? Changing your perspective doesn't change your circumstances, but it changes how you experience those circumstances. It can turn a breakdown into a breakthrough, a crisis into an opportunity, a moment of feeling broken into a catalyst for growth. Let's talk about acceptance for a moment. Often we feel broken because we are resisting our reality. We are fighting against what is, wishing things were different, refusing to accept our current circumstances. But here's the paradox. Acceptance is the first step towards change. When you accept where you are, you free up the energy you were using to resist reality, and you can use that energy to change your circumstances. Acceptance doesn't mean resignation. It doesn't mean you like your situation or that you are going to stay there forever. It simply means you acknowledge your current reality without judgment. From this place of acceptance, you can then decide what you want to do next. The importance of self-care. When we are feeling broken, it's easy to neglect ourselves. We might stop eating well, stop exercising, stop doing the things that bring us joy. We might think we don't deserve care or kindness. But my friends, this is when you need self-care the most. Self-care is not selfish. It's not a luxury. It's a necessity. It's how you put yourself back together when you're feeling broken. So prioritize your self-care, get enough sleep, eat nourishing foods, move your body, spend time in nature, do things that bring you joy, even if it's just for a few minutes each day. Treat yourself with the same care and kindness you would offer a loved one who is struggling. Let's talk about growth for a moment. Often, when we are feeling broken, we forget that this feeling is temporary. We forget that we are constantly growing, evolving, becoming. You are not static, you are not fixed. You are a work in progress, and that's a beautiful thing. It means that no matter how broken you feel right now, you have the capacity to heal, to learn, to grow. Every experience you have, even the painful ones, especially the painful ones, is shaping you. It's teaching you something. It's preparing you for what's next. So instead of asking, why is this happening to me? Ask, what is this teaching me? How is this helping me grow? When we are feeling broken, we often feel powerless, like we have no control over our lives or our circumstances. But here's the truth. You always have a choice. You may not be able to choose what happens to you, but you can always choose how you respond. You can choose your attitude. You can choose your actions. You can choose where you focus your energy. You can choose to stay down or to get back up. You can choose to let this break you or to let it make you. Your power lies in your choices. Choose wisely. Let's talk about community for a moment. When we are feeling broken, we often isolate ourselves. We withdraw from others, thinking we need to heal alone, or fearing that we'll burden others with our struggles. But humans are not meant to go through life alone. We are social creatures. We need connection, support, community, especially when we are feeling broken. So reach out, connect with others, share your struggles, ask for help when you need it, offer help when you can. Join a support group, volunteer for a cause you care about. Surround yourself with people who lift you up, who believe in you, who remind you of your strength when you forget. Remember, no one has it all together all the time. We are all broken in some way, and it's through our shared brokenness that we connect, that we heal, that we become stronger together. Now let's discuss the importance of patience. When we are feeling broken, we often want to rush the healing process. We want to feel better now. We want our lives to improve immediately. We get frustrated when things don't change as quickly as we would like. But healing takes time. Growth takes time. Change takes time. Just as a broken bone needs time to mend, your spirit needs time to heal. You can't rush the process, but you can trust it. Be patient with yourself. Be gentle with yourself. Give yourself the time and space you need to heal, to grow, to become. Trust that even when you can't see progress, it's happening beneath the surface. Let's talk about forgiveness for a moment. Often, when we are feeling broken, it's because we are holding on to past hurts, past mistakes, past failures. We are carrying the weight of resentment, guilt, or regret. But here's the truth. Forgiveness is not about the other person. It's about freeing yourself. It's about putting down the heavy burden you've been carrying and moving forward lighter, freer, unburdened. This includes forgiving yourself for your mistakes, your failures, your imperfections. Forgive yourself for not knowing what you know now. Forgive yourself for the choices you made with the knowledge you had at the time. Forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting or condoning. It means choosing peace over resentment, freedom over bondage, the future over the past. When we are feeling broken, It's easy to focus on what's wrong, what's missing, what we've lost. But gratitude has the power to shift our focus, to remind us of all that we still have, all that's going right in our lives. Even in your darkest moments, there is always something to be grateful for. The air in your lungs, the beat of your heart, the roof over your head, the people who care about you, the lessons you are learning, the strength you are developing. Practicing gratitude doesn't mean ignoring your pain or pretending everything is okay when it's not. It means acknowledging the good alongside the bad. It means finding the light even in the darkest times. Let's talk about purpose again, but from a different angle. When we are feeling broken, we often lose sight of our purpose. We forget why we are here, what we are working towards, what gives our life meaning. But here's the beautiful thing. Sometimes feeling broken can lead us to a new purpose. It can strip away the non-essentials and help us focus on what truly matters. It can push us to reevaluate our lives and make changes we've been avoiding. So ask yourself, what matters most to me? What do I want my life to stand for? How can I use my experiences, even the painful ones, to make a difference in the world? Remember, your purpose doesn't have to be grand or world-changing. It can be as simple as being a good friend, raising kind children, or bringing more beauty into the world. Whatever it is, let it be your guiding light when you are feeling lost or broken. When we are feeling broken, it's tempting to distract ourselves, to numb our pain, to avoid looking inward. But self-reflection is a powerful tool for healing and growth. Take time to sit with yourself, to examine your thoughts, your feelings, your behaviors. Ask yourself hard questions. What patterns do I see in my life? What beliefs are holding me back? What do I need to let go of? What do I need to embrace? Self-reflection is not about self-judgment. It's about self-awareness. It's about understanding yourself better so you can make conscious choices about who you want to become. Let's talk about resilience again, but from a different perspective. Resilience is not just about bouncing back. It's about bouncing forward. It's about using your challenges as catalysts for growth, as opportunities to become stronger, wiser, more compassionate. Every time you feel broken, and put yourself back together, you are not just returning to your old self. You are creating a new self, a stronger self, a self that's better equipped to handle future challenges. So embrace your struggles. They are not breaking you. They are making you unbreakable. Now, as we come to the end of our time together, I want to leave you with this final thought. You are not broken. You are breaking through. You are not falling apart. You are falling into place. You are not a failure. You are a work in progress. Remember, my friends, the most beautiful things in this world are often the most broken. Think of the Grand Canyon carved by millions of years of erosion. Think of a diamond formed under immense pressure. Think of a pearl created by an oyster's response to irritation. You, with all your cracks, all your scars, all your imperfections, are beautiful. You are strong. You are resilient. You are unbreakable. So the next time you feel broken, remember this. You are not broken. You are breaking through to a new level of strength, of wisdom, of growth. Embrace it, trust it, and keep moving forward.